The Auto Expo is undoubtedly Asia's largest automobile show, displaying several upcoming products for the Indian market. At the same time, the Auto Components Expo at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi is the largest in the continent that offers a platform for new auto technologies and innovations. The pandemic forced the Automotive Component Manufacturers Association or ACMA to postpone the expo by a year, but that did not deter spirits.
It's been phenomenal. We've seen a great turnout. We have over 800 companies represented here. We've got a lot of new technologies, a lot of great innovation. It's just been a phenomenal turnout, and we've had great response in terms of footfalls. I didn't think it would be as crowded as it is. I'm assuming a lot of them, or most of them, are business visitors, so interested in seeing what's happening in the component space. A lot of OEMs have come here and been very impressed with the kind of show that the component sector has put up in terms of display, in terms of technology, just in terms of the overall environment. It's just been phenomenal.
The theme for 2023 was simple: show future tech and innovations that will drive efficient manufacturing and logistics. Anand Group, India's leading auto component and systems group, announced a new clean tech platform called Evolve. This new JV will create, design, and manufacture green technology solutions for electric mobility and other sectors.
We have a vast range of motors with us, right from, we call them as a hub motor. So the tire goes on top of that, and then you drive it. And these other motors are mid motors. So we have a product range from 800 watt to 170 kilowatt. So a huge product range. So with this product range, we can supply to two-wheeler, three-wheeler, load carriers, 1-tonners, 2-tonners, passenger car, and up to SUV. So this is the product range.
Comstar, the leading global provider of automotive technology solutions, unveiled multiple products at its pavilion. But what caught our attention was this.
So now we have Mr. Vivek Vikram Singh with us, who's going to explain us a very interesting concept that is going to probably revolutionize how electric vehicles are made. So
yeah, we are proud to exhibit our first magnetless motor. So not only is it rare earth free, it has no magnets whatsoever. This is one of the first commercially viable magnetless motors ever exhibited. We have displayed it to many of our customers. The applications are wide, between 10 kilowatt to 40 kilowatt. So from high performance bikes to L5 three-wheelers to four-wheeler light commercial vehicles to small cars. So 40 kilowatt, 10 to 40 is a pretty big range. We can, if needed, make bigger power and higher voltage also. However, we want to start with this because we think that's where the greater demand is. What does it solve? It is, as you may know, magnets become a very large part of the cost of the motor, almost up to 40-50%. So it's more economical. Second, almost all rare earth magnets come from China. There's a region called Inner Mongolia where they mine for neodymium, and it's not only that neodymium is very heavily polluting, it is also a supply chain risk. And third, it is almost zero NVH, so it is a much, much better product. So yeah, if you get better, cleaner and cheaper, I mean, that's the holy grail, right?
Besides, Comstar also displayed in-cabin sensors which detect child presence and seat occupancy without invading privacy. This was showcased by Novalik, a Serbian firm that the company recently acquired.
Well, Novalik is a sensor solutions company, and we are specialized for short-range radar sensor technology for automotive market, other markets as well. But here today we are showcasing our two solutions, important one for automotive markets. First solution resolved with radar sensor technology is interior monitoring of the cabin of the vehicle. Why is that important? Because today there is an average 50 fatalities only in the US of kids and babies being left alone in the vehicle when parents leave to shopping mall or do some stuff they forgot children, and fatalities happen. To prevent that, from 2025 in Europe will be mandatory technology to detect baby being left in a vehicle. And Novalik is a leader in interior sensing monitoring for that feature. With the same module, we can resolve seat occupancy detection as well. That means we can localize and any number of people. I mean, we are talking about 5-seater vehicle, so we can know which seat is occupied and the position of passengers. And the third feature resolved with a single module is intrusion alert. So even if a vehicle is parked for 1 month, sensor is in operational mode, and if intruder is trying to break into a vehicle zone, radar sensor will detect movement and alert owner of the vehicle.
So the Auto Expo Components is not only about ancillary units and components, it is also about a lot of other things that are very crucial to when it comes to two-wheelers, three-wheelers and four-wheelers. With us is Mr. Sagar Apte from Varrock Telematics, and he's going to tell us a lot of information about how sensory and other functions work. Hello, Mr. Sagar.
Hey, hi.
So
Thanks for having
could you
me.
tell us what Varrock Telematics does and how does it benefit us?
So, Varrock Connect is really moving beyond telematics. We have all parts of the solution, right from the hardware to collect data, to the platform that can process this data, and then a data exchange which can allow for monetization and use or consumption of this particular data. So right now what we have here is a couple of sample devices. These devices allow a vehicle owner to connect them into the vehicle and collect the data and send to the cloud. We also have devices that are OEM fitment, which means a vehicle when it's rolled out during production, it comes pre-fitted with this telematics device.
On the ECU?
On the ECU, okay. And all the other ECUs, it's able
So
to
that
collect
basically
the data.
the manufacturers, how they have their Connect apps. So this is basically...
Perfectly right,
okay.
right. So this is a solution that enables those Connect apps. This is a solution that first collects data that is generated in the vehicle, sends it to the cloud, and then the apps, these Connect apps, then show this data. Usually there's the same player who's doing all these stuff. Some of them are like Varrock Connect can absolutely make this available. And once these devices are connected, today security is predominantly important, right? And our firmware over the air management, OTA and FOTA, allows a device manufacturer, OEM, to manage and maintain the installations across his vehicles. Not only they keep the devices secure, they ensure the latest upgrade, software upgrade is pushed into the device, thereby taking care of any vulnerabilities that are discovered as you go along. But most importantly, our solution has independent certificate management inbuilt, which means it's the most secure, most encrypted solution out there. Now, once we have this data onto the platform, the devices are secure, what you need to do is get these users to understand this data and think of it like a vehicle companion app, right? All the things that you would do as a part of your vehicle's life cycle, that is something that the solution brings along, right? So if you see this, this is just one of the dashboards that we put together. It is showing the location of my vehicle, it's telling me what speed I'm driving at, it's telling me if there are any engine errors on this, it tells me the gear driving percentages so I can drive better. Every week it sends me a personalized input on how I can drive better on this particular vehicle. And not only that, it's telling me activity, it's telling me summary, it's got an insurance risk score. There's a lot of things that this particular things. Similarly, like this is more for an IC engine, we have something for the electric vehicles as well, right? So it allows us to understand the state of health of the batteries, what's the performance, what's my distance to empty. And there are a lot of applications around this, right? Underwriters who are underwriting these loans for electric vehicles now know how it's performing and they can take advantage of it. And also insurance companies which are underwriting would love to know this. OEMs right now are trying to understand how their electric vehicles will be actually used in the field, this allows that to work as well.
The 4-day all-encompassing event saw over 800 exhibitors from 15 countries and 6 country pavilions. That being said, startups managed to gather maximum exposure as efforts were made to offer them a world-class platform.
I think the good thing is that there are many new startups coming in this space, but only time will tell how many will survive. We are making a lot of efforts to support the startups. In fact, at this fair, as I mentioned to you, we have a pavilion called Technovations. There are 25 startup companies that are there that are showcasing their latest technologies. And that apart, ACMA runs a dedicated forum where we connect the vehicle, the component manufacturers with the startups so that there is easy access to technology.
All said and done, this year's Components Expo was focused on R&D, innovation and localization, as well as displaying a shift towards greener and smarter mobility. But despite a few ongoing challenges, the Indian automotive industry is poised for growth in the coming years.